Have you ever ridden an electric bike? Until today, I hadn't. Everyone remembers their first time, your first crash, when you fell off and you were more worried about the bike. The first time you popped a wheelie that went at least 4 feet off the ground, when in reality it was 4 inches. Or even the first time you drank beer and thought, ugh. Well, after 36 years of riding motorcycles, I get to pop my electric bike cherry on a 0 SRF and a 0 SRS. And here's what it was like. Oh, wow! Woohoo! It's weird. And we are go. Oh! How smooth is that? Oh, I'm in a science fiction movie. There's still no gear lever and there's still no clutch. My hand feels a bit naked. It's weird. A bit exposed. Oh, we're turning left. Put my indicator on. Make sure I remember to turn it off. Hey lads, hey. There you go. Well, it feels like a heavy bike around that roundabout, but not necessarily a bad thing. The weight feels actually quite low down. Right. It's weird. I feel like I'm gliding. Throttle is really progressive. It's not snatchy at all. How bizarre. I've ridden fuel injected bikes that are more jerky on the throttle than this. They've nailed the throttle response. Oh, here we go! Whoa! Now we're still in eco mode, so it's not full power. That's still a healthy acceleration. Oh, this is a bumpy road, but the bike's handling it quite well. Probably due to the weight as well as the suspension and the chassis. Feel that engine braking. Don't really need to use much brakes. Range 141 kilometers. So it's about 1 mile, or 1.1 miles to 1% of charge, apparently. A little bit of front brake. Oh, we're living in the future now, boys. We're living in the future. Don't even need to brake. I didn't even brake and it slowed down. You still need to think about the riding, but you think less about the riding and you think more about what's around you, the environment, the sounds, and you can just devote a little bit more attention to that bloke's tattoos, for instance. Eco, street, sport, that's the daddy. Have some of that. All good. Let's get this sporty show on the road. On the road. Oh, I might actually need to use my back brake. Just for a bit of extra. Ah, there's less regen, less engine braking now. Oh, it feels definitely zippier. 3, 2, 1, let's go! My arms slightly came out of the sockets there. I managed to push them back in. I tell you, we are like the most harmless ninja biker gang at the moment. If you had one of these in your garage, I don't think your neighbour would complain much. Unless he was a biker, he'd be like, "Why doesn't your bike make any noise?" Yeah, the front brake's like progressive, but it's not a Brembo Stylema caliper biting on 330mm twin discs. But it's not bad. It's not bad. It's very progressive. Ah, come on, boys! Touch the throttle! Go, go, go! So I've just spent the morning riding the Zero SRS and the unfaired Zero SRF, and I've driven electric cars before, but I've never ridden an electric bike, so this is a real first for me. And this is what I think it's just a strange experience. What a strange experience. From the word go, it's you walk towards the bike and you notice that it doesn't have a gear lever, and it doesn't have a clutch lever, and it doesn't make any noise at all when you pull away. And it feels it's a very weird, surreal experience to have a motorcycle that pulls away and doesn't make any noise at all, and you're trundling through little quiet villages and not making any noise. You just kind of, it's like a spiritual experience. It's really bizarre. You kind of you're just gliding through like a ghost almost. But on the flip side, that really appeals to the adrenaline junkie, is that you get that instant torque from the traffic light. You twist the throttle and the thing just shoots off like a rocket, an absolute rocket. And the same at high speed as well, coasting along at 60 miles an hour or so, and then you just whack the throttle open and the bike just shoots forward. It's really strange, but it does it so quietly. Yeah, if ninjas rode motorcycles, they'd be riding things like these, because you're just stealthy. Wherever you go, you're stealthy. A strange experience, but a good experience. Handling wise, it handles just like a normal motorcycle. And the S, the Sports Tourer version, handles the bumps really well. And so you're just gliding along these bumpy back roads. The third bike was similar, just nicely sprung for a street bike. The thing that's always going to be a laugh on these is the acceleration. the acceleration from 0 miles an hour, if you excuse the pun, to legal speeds is really, really satisfying, as you'd imagine an electric vehicle to be. Would I buy one? That's the £18,000 question, isn't it? Would I buy one? I think if I had a lot of commuting to do, like a lot of short journeys, then yeah. You charge it at home, you go to work, you charge it at work, and you're just constantly just charging it, and you're getting free, very low mileage costs. So I'd do it for that, and just for the sheer acceleration. If I had another bike as well, it would be a good laugh, just for the acceleration and the stealthiness of it. Well, that was a cool experience riding an electric bike. Never ridden one before, been really impressed. It is the sound of the future. When you accelerate, it just sounds like a jet. Fantastic. However, it's got to be said that nothing beats the sound of an internal combustion engine. Let's enjoy both while we can.